What's up, everybody? It's Joe from JLDB Games coming at you with another awesome live stream, cool live stream. So what we're going to be doing today is enter the world of Error Valley, which has been so long. It's been over a month since I actually have been back to this series, and this is actually the first live stream of Error Valley. So I did a lot of live streaming when we were putting together Westwood, and now I figured it'd be appropriate to do some live streams for Error Valley as well, because you guys get to watch and also comment as well as we build my newest amusement park. So I hope you guys are having a great day. You all are saying hi, so joyfully, so that is a good thing. So if you're not familiar with this park, this is a park that I started right after Westwood. This is the 10th episode, and we are back at it again. So what we've done in this park so far is pretty much create the entrance a little bit and the parking lot and the first roller coaster, which I've been working on for quite a few episodes. It took me forever to get it right, and I think I did a little bit off screen, just a pinch off screen. I can't remember. I think I did. I actually built this catwalk, or this walk here, all the way down to the station building from the mid-course brake run. So I think I built that, all for realism purposes, of course. And then, of course, we have the train going through the little shack right here, counting as a little near-miss element just for fun. And we're going to be building a lot of stuff around this area because it's so incomplete right now. We need to have stuff to attract more guests to these pathways because there's nothing over here. So we need to have some shops or different other things just to kind of help out a little bit. So we're going to get right into it. I think, I don't know if I built these on screen or not. And this is the transfer track for the wing coaster as well. So I built the transfer track at the same time. And I was trying to find a texture or kind of like a part that looked like a garage door, so it looked like it'd be closed. That way I wouldn't actually have to put more tracks over there. So that's going to be cool, and it was hard to squeeze this in. I'm not going to lie, it was hard to squeeze this transfer track in. I actually had to put it over the pathway. So I put all these litter bins here to try and get it to where the guests are not going to walk right through these supports here. So I wanted to make everything as realistic as possible, and just where the brake run was for the transfer track, the only place I could do it is right over this pathway, unless I relocated the path a little bit. But I think it's actually kind of cool that you're going to be able to go underneath the transfer track itself. It's kind of a neat little deal. I don't know if it would affect anything for like, just some have any issues with like maintenance stuff. With that, that's why I actually put some safety nets underneath. At least they're supposed to be safety nets. That's kind of like what it is. So, anyways, we're going to get right into this, and I'm actually pretty proud of this coaster layout. It's a little different, but it's really good. At least I think so. So, yeah, we're gonna get into this, and hopefully develop this area a little bit more and actually get around to more of the park, because this park doesn't have a whole lot done for what it should have. It should have more done at this point, in my opinion. So that was kind of like an upsetting thing. So we need to get further along into this park if we want it to open, because my goal is to have it open at some point in 2018, early 2018, around between March and May. Kind of like what I did with Westwood. Westwood didn't open until May 1st, and this one might be about the same. We'll just see if it opens in May, or if it's going to open in March or April or something like that. Because a lot of parks don't open until May, so that's kind of interesting. So here we go. What is my favorite roller coaster? I get this asked all the time in live streams, but I'm happy to say it every single time. But my favorite roller coaster that I have ever ridden, is Maverick from Cedar Point, because I took a ride on it last year, and I was blown away by it. It packed in a punch, and that I wasn't expecting. And because I had lower expectations for it, because I'm like, oh, this is kind of like a small coaster. It's not very tall and stuff. And I actually heard a lot of people saying it was their favorite, and I'm like, why? It's not big. But I figured that out very, very easily after I got on it. So, but I'm hoping to get to some more parks in the future. Eventually, so that's what I'm hoping. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to build I wanted to build like a shop here, just some sort of shop over here to try and hopefully get some guests to come over into this area. So I'm going to build like a very unique building over here. I'm going to try and make it unique anyways. It's going to have some interesting little shapes to it. The one thing when you're building, and this is kind of like some advice I would give, if the one thing about buildings is to try and give it a very unique shape. Don't make it all square. That's the first way to start out. Don't make it square. Give it some pizzazz, a little bit of, different kind of interesting shapes. So you're gonna have like little spots coming out here, a little back spot right here, so you can make kind of like a backstage area. And then if you really want to make it interesting, sometimes it's a good idea to have different like heights of walls around each spot. So say I have that like that, and also I can have, like a smaller wall coming around over here. Kind of like so. Just something interesting like that. And it can be easy. Ooh, that's interesting. We have someone's favorite coaster at Cedar Point being Valraven. Valraven was fun. It was the first dive coaster I've actually been on. So, I thought it was pretty fun, but not my favorite. That is interesting. I haven't seen many people actually say have a dive coaster as their favorite roller coaster from a certain park. That's very interesting. Okay, so we're gonna just make this awesome shape. It's gonna be a very modern kind of looking building, so I used those panels. I actually like these walls very much so. Alright, so I'm going to, let's add one of these here. And we're going to add one right here. Starting to look good. And I'm going to build a couple of different detail. This is kind of like the other kind of details that you can do on this. You can start off with the corner details, and we're just gonna work our way from there. So I'm also gonna, let's see, and the modern-y roofs, I wish these were recolorable, but they're not. These blue roofs. So we're gonna give these a couple of roofs here. Get in our groove with these roofs. Alright, now I'm gonna get a flat piece to kind of finish that off, just to give it a nice little interesting kind of roof. Now let's go ahead and do this. Now we're going to put these together. I think this is the one. Yep, definitely the one. And then we gotta find this piece. That fits that roof perfectly. Alright, I'm going to move this up one. No, I'm not. I'm actually going to keep it that way. Alright, let's get into some more details here. We're going to go into roof trims, and we're going to do the roof molding here. Like that. Make these go across here. So we got there's lots of different kinds of details that we're doing, and we're just kind of getting the shape details. And then we can move on into some other kinds of details. Because right now it's just a little bit too white, so we're going to have to add some other colors on this to really make it stand out. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some shops here. We're going to get into the shop first. And what shops have I already? I don't think I really have many shops at all. We got Pip Shot. We have Mixalente. Nothing over there. We don't have a Chief Beef yet, I don't think. I don't believe we have a Chief Beef yet. So we can have a nice Chief Beef stand over here. Can't go wrong with Chief Beef. A nice modern Chief Beef building here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to buildings. And walls. Or wall signs, I mean. And we're going to go to shop signs. And we're going to place... I got actually a nice idea. After I get around to this, completing this. Tasty. Alright, so now we're going to get into the different kinds of detailing here. We're going to give this building a very modern style look to it. That's the goal. And since we're going to be able to view this from the coaster, I want to make sure that these are all visible. So we have those. And there's a lot we're going to find a couple of other details, hopefully, that we can actually we're going to try and find here. Is anyone a GP here? If they're general public, they probably don't even know what that means. If you say the word G or say GP, they probably don't even know what that means. That's probably who the ones that would actually ask, what's GP mean? Those would be the GP. General public. For anyone that doesn't know what that means. Okay, I don't want any of those. I'm trying to go through some ideas here to see what we can find. You can never go wrong with like some awnings. They always work really well, especially if you when you're using when you're using the restaurant ones. And we can just find like some Chief Beef ones and place them over the... And we don't have to do it over all of them. We're just going to do it over a couple of them. This is going to be a very simple, simplistic building, but at the same time, it's going to look pretty good. Like, I think it will look good. So we got the nice Chief Beef sign at the top here. Alright, let's get a wall or a door over here. We're gonna use like this backstage door. Okay, so that is the bottom. Okay. And we are gonna place kind of like a backstage area back here. Because I do want to have some backstage areas for fun. Alright, so we're going to put another door over here. And my next idea is to actually create what looks like... I'm going to make it like a dining area to the side here. So if people can actually eat their chief beef, and while they're eating their chief beef, they can watch the coaster go by and stuff. It's going to be really fun. Alright, so I'm going to put another chief beef sign back here. And I kind of want to add one of the, like, side ones. But I don't know where I'd put it. I don't want to have it too close to the sign. I don't know. Probably not there. That's okay. We don't have to have that. Okay, so I'm going to, let's go ahead and find some roofs, and we're going to go to smooth concrete, and I'm going to take the grid height all the way down, because I want to create this dining area over here. I'm going to adjust the terrain just ever so slightly, so that is not going over. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna make this area kind of like that. And hopefully we can fit some tables and maybe some like umbrellas and stuff right there. And it'll be a cool little restaurant right here, right on the inside of the coaster. It'll be really, really neat. Alright, I'm going to add a couple of neat little details to this. What I like to do a lot for like some, or kind of like some trims, colors and stuff like that, is it just adds a little bit of detail. We're going to go into here. I'm going to add some red to this building, just so I can add some more colors. So we're going to add that down there. And we're going to place at the bottom as well, just to add a little bit more color to everything. And then we can do some like vertical ones as well. Alright, and we're going to actually place this on the sides as well. On both sides. Pretty neat. Alright, there was something else. What was I gonna do? I was going to do some other detail or something, but for some reason I can't remember. What was I gonna do? I can't remember now. Great. Dun 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 dun. Nope, I can't put that over. Her. I don't like that. But can I make it look like this is connected? I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Not really cheating, but I'm gonna put a path that there's not gonna be any guests on it, because there's nothing over there to attract them, so. But maybe for some reason they will walk over here, who knows. Alright, so I'm gonna, let's see, I want to create, or let's see what I have in my blueprints already. I think I have like some umbrellas and stuff, because I don't really make my own. Here's a Japanese paper umbrella. That one looks really good. I'm impressed by that one. So we're gonna place a couple of these. Just in this area. Like that. I didn't, again, I can't take credit for this umbrella, by the way. So, just so you know, I did not make this umbrella. But they are very nice. Do I have any, like, any benches? Whoops. I don't know if I made, like, any tables or benches and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm just gonna see what there is on the workshop. I don't usually like using workshop items, but for stuff like benches and chairs and tables, let's see what comes up. Picnic tables is a popular one. Which I might actually use these because they look very nice. This one looks like very nice. Very simple. I can see some of the pieces that they used to make this. Very simple. I'm just gonna place a lot of different of these. Quite a few of these, like in just different spots. I just have the umbrellas around to try and shield a little bit of the sun. Can I have these in between? Trying to make them a little bit parallel. At least that's what I'm trying to do. Oh, we can do it that way. There we go. Oh. So I gotta click this. Use the world axis. Axes. It actually works a little bit better. Alright, we're gonna move you over. Alright. Use world axes. And we'll put a couple in between here. Bam, 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 bam. Here we go. Couple. We're gonna put a few in here. How's this area looking though? You like the little dining area? I think it's turning out pretty good. I think it'll be cool. Oh, what is it with my hair? My hair is just like all over the place. Okay, so we're gonna place some. Keep going with some of these. Use world axes. Alright, we're gonna place a couple of more umbrellas. Let's put them in the center there. That will work really well. Alright, and we'll place these in between. It will look really, really nice and beautiful. Alright, I want this, another umbrella right over here, in between these two. There, that way people have a place to eat. You know? You need to place a fence around the track. It's too close to the ground. Oh, we will. Trust me, we're going for realism. So I might even put a couple of nets over underneath the track. So if anything flies off, it's not going to hit the poor folks eating their chief beef. You know, the first fence I'm going to actually put around is actually around this spot. That's the first fence we're going to do. And I think we can actually just use these, as lazy as that sounds, but I actually like the... Well, no, we should actually use a actual fence here. But thanks for keeping people's safety in mind. That's always a good thing. The last thing we want is someone to run by a roller coaster while they're dining, and yeah. Not good stuff. And since it is right by the coaster tracks, we're going to make this a double-decker, make this a little bit taller, so no one can just climb right over it. So what we're going to do... Darn it. It always does that to me. I hate it when it does that. Not cool, man. That's okay. Alright, what if I selected 4? It seems like when you select only 2, it doesn't want to be straight. Alright, should have 2 more right over here. Oh my. If I can just have you line up somewhat. Wait, no, I got it. All we gotta do is select all these. And then just drag it until it's where I want it. Yeah. Because it's going inside the building, so that helps us out quite a bit. Alright, so I'm going to take at least probably 2 of these. We're going to rotate it this way. And it's going to be that part, this part right here. Nice. And another one. Where'd the music go, Planet Coaster? I hate it when it doesn't play music. It's like, why? It's like anytime you're building, that music should be playing. It's inspirational. There it goes. See, it heard me. It heard me go, I need that music playing. But no, it makes you feel more creative when you hear the songs. They're very creative sounding songs, if that makes sense. Here we go. Oh gosh. Alright, that fence should keep people away from the coaster at least. I have to keep in mind, it is a wing coaster, so it is gonna fly out or come by very, very wide, like. It's gonna be wide on the sides, so we gotta keep that, have some pretty outspread trains. So I think I am gonna put some sort of coaster net here, right underneath the trains when they fly by here. But it's just kind of neat. You can eat some chief beef, and you're going to have a coaster flying right over you. It's going to be kind of neat. But at the same time, I do want to make it a little realistic to where, you know, safety still has to be a priority as well. Okay, so I think I'm going to go into here, and we're going to actually line this up together. Take off angle snap. We're going to connect this together so it actually like goes with the pathway. Just kind of connects with the pathway flawlessly. So we'll connect these here. Kind of angle that just a little bit. And place this all the way over here. And there we go. Now, as for these, we're just going to have these fences go over here. So we're going to go Control X, and we don't have angle snap on, so we can actually just rotate these until they're about where they need to be. Alright, so you can just enter this area, and it's nice and wide open, so, you know. Sorry, I'm getting a little behind. I tend to get away from the comments sometimes. I mean, I actually watch them, but at the same time, I get away to where I'm not responding to them, but I apologize. What is my favorite wooden roller coaster? Well, that one's actually really, really easy for me, because that would be Outlaw Run at Silver Dollar City. That is my favorite wooden coaster that I have been on. I've been on some pretty good ones. You know, I've been on the Beast, at Kings Island. All the wooden coasters at Kings Island, except for Mystic Timbers, because that opened this year and I didn't go this year. And why am I not watching the big fight? Because I'm not really into those things. I'm not really into MMA or whatever it is. Mixed martial arts. I'm not actually really into those, to be honest. It's never been my cup of tea. I never really cared about it. I mean, I've been hearing about it a lot, so... Can I read? Barely! I can barely read, and I'm sorry if I missed one of your questions or comments. I apologize. Oh, there's a lot of comments coming in, so... Westwood versus Koali Beach. Koali Beach is definitely way ahead of Westwood. But my gosh, I've been watching a lot of the Koali Beach cinematics videos that they've been putting out. It is amazing, man. I can't, when they post that to the workshop, I think they said, the lady designer actually said it would actually be after the weekend. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do a park tour with Tony. I think I'm going to do a Tony McCoaster park tour just for fun through Koali Beach. I think that would be fun. Okay. What's my favorite steel roller coaster? It's also my favorite steel roller coaster and my favorite roller coaster of all time, and that is Maverick. That again, that's what I've been on. So Maverick is my favorite. Outlaw Run is the best wooden coaster. I agree. Of course, I haven't been on like Lightning Rod or anything like that. What are my thoughts about Time Traveler? I am super excited for Time Traveler. I have freaking... I already have t-shirts of Time Traveler, for crying out loud. I'm not wearing them right now, but I was on an earlier stream. You like what you're seeing? Well, that's good. Boxing. It's a boxing fight tonight. Yeah, it is a boxing fight. I should recreate Twisted Timbers at Kingston. I need to get back to the recreation series where I created, like, roller coasters. I was just recreating rides, the designs, or the layouts and stuff. I need to get back to that. There was actually a last vote, I think the New Texas Giant one, so I have to get around to that, and I've been leaving, like, voting polls for the next one. Where was I going with, there was a certain piece I was going to actually use. Brick will work fine, maybe. It actually will. Oh, this is the piece I was looking for. Alright, sorry. I have not been to Knoebels, no. You think El Toro is the best wooden coaster? It could possibly be. Again, I have not been to Six Flags Great Adventure, so I have not ridden El Toro myself. But man, we are going to have a fantastic year for roller coasters next year. I can just feel it. With, you know, a lot of different places. My goodness, there's so many. I mean, the most notable, of course, is Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. You got Twisted Timbers, you got Time Traveler at Silver City, Railblazer, Wonder Woman Golden Lasso Coaster, which are those two are almost exactly the same. Just they're very similar. Would you get the same person who designed the Quality Beach logo to design the logo for Arrow Valley? Sure. There was a lot of cool logos. I watched those logos, that their top 10 logos. My favorite was actually the number 7th one, and that's just my personal opinion. The first one was really cool too, but I just thought Quality Beach needed more color, and I didn't feel like the number 1 spot had that. But hey, it was a really cool logo anyways. Is it 2004 in your park? Well, it's year 4. I mean, in my story parks, that's how I go by it. But it is currently year 4, and I try to keep the years down. I mean, I don't usually have the game playing while I'm actually building usually, especially when I get further into it. Because I know, like in Quality Beach, they're in like year 100 something. It's absolutely insane. But a good fact about this coaster, I actually did hang time. Yes, the hang time's also coming to Knott's Berry Farm. But I actually used the smoothing method on this coaster. So everything you're seeing was custom made with the very short pieces, and I went and smoothed each individual part a billion times just to get some nice heart lines and different things like that. Like look at that. Look at that heart line. That looks fantastic. So it was very hard. It was a very interesting experience, and I love the zero-G roll. A lot of people say it's too steep, and that's a problem. I don't think so. I like it. I think it's a very unique-looking zero-G roll, and I actually very much like how steep it is. It's really, really cool. And it's glossy smooth in the POV, by the way, too. I think I actually... I'm going to pause where the train's going to end up at. It's got a very slow roll at the top. Very slow. And then it's just got this high point roll. And then it goes down by the restaurant. Alright, so we can see where it's actually going at. That's actually very, very close to our umbrellas. But if we get a coaster net right there, I don't think it's going to be a huge problem. So I think what we can do... A lot of people use the rope fence. And I think I am going to as well. Just to try and create some sort of... And it's nice to have the trains here so I can actually see where the trains are going to be sitting at. So I just want to kind of create the net Got to make sure it's not too low or too high up either, because it's got to be a significant amount of places away from the trains. And that's a pretty good length right there. Alright, so we're going to try and alright, so we're going to rotate it just a pinch this way so it's actually going with the track a little bit. And make sure that is aligned with that. So it actually rolls up a little bit. And now we can just place it upwards. We're going to create some, whoops. We're going to create some nice supporting for the nets here. So they're not just floating in the air, obviously. But and the wing coaster has like an eagle theme, so these nets actually kind of go a little bit in the theme a little bit as well, so. Alright, we're going to probably have to build these at least up to this point right here. I don't think really anyone would lose anything in this spot. Because they're, well, maybe. I don't know. It's possible. Alright, it's starting to go upward here. So we're going to angle it up just a little bit too much of an angle. Again, we want to keep this in a certain spot. On the realism. All right. I'm hoping to get to a new section of the park very, very soon. And hopefully we can pick things back up as well. Okay, so now we're going to have to actually have a challenge ahead of us. We're going to have to angle it this way a little bit as well. See, I don't really need it on the other side because the restaurant's over here. Alright, so what we're gonna try and do is patch this up a little bit. It's gonna be a little difficult. Or we can even try doing this way. Yeah, that actually works very well. Yeah. Very good, very good. Alright, we can angle this up just a pinch. Not too much, but just a pinch. Just enough. And we're going to angle this just slightly this way as well. Alright, and this coaster net is... oh, we're almost there. Alright, so let's rotate a piece here. And we're going to put this piece in between, helping eliminate this gap right here, like we did with the other one. There's a lot of path crossovers on this coaster. Okay. So that is built. And I kind of want to figure out how I'm going to do that a little bit later on. So we'll leave that be for right now. And let's do a couple of different... we're going to do a couple of different things here. I can see now. Turned on the light just a little bit. Bam, bow, bow. Okay, so we're going to go with the red color here, and we're going to add a couple of small details to the building. Just a little bit. We need angle snap on. I can actually put this here. I'm okay with that. As long as we put one here and here as well. Haha. Alright, so I'm also going to, let's go ahead and add some TV screens. Right here. I want the smaller, not that small, some smaller screens of Chief Beef. Maybe I can even put like a menu on there. That'd be really cool. A Chief Beef menu. I need to get more custom stuff. But for right now, we'll have some Chief Beef videos going on here. Oh, I thought that was... What, you not playing? There you go. You gotta press OK for some reason. There it goes. We got Chief Beef playing over there. And... Okay, so let's add... That's looking good. Let's add a bit of scenery over here to kind of finish this area off, this little location off, by adding some bushes. A couple of these. And I was thinking about maybe putting a flat ride somewhere over here as well. Just to get some more guests flowing in around this area. Maybe even back over here where there's nothing actually there. That would actually work probably pretty well. Am I going to be doing a roller coaster in the stream? Maybe not. I'm not sure yet. I do need to get to the next one very soon, but there's just a lot of detailing to do on just the one I'm on right now. So I'm actually going to use a little bit of terrain stuff right here that I want to paint. I'm gonna paint all this area just a little bit. Let's turn on the size just a little bit more there. We're gonna do that. We're gonna place a little bit of mud in there as well. There we go. I like it. I think it turned out really, really cool. Alright, I'm actually going to move this. And I want to create a backstage area here. Slightly. So we're going to place just a little bit of a path. Ah, oh, come on. Why would you do that to me? There we go. That works. And for employee safety, we're also going to be placing these fences over here. Employee safety is just as important as everyone else's safety. Everyone must be safe. Alright, so we're gonna put some, let's put some garbage bags, litter bins over here. Bin. Oh gosh, they're bigger. Didn't have as much space back here as I thought I did. There we go. That will be nice. Alright, now on second thought, I gotta get rid of these, because now I wanted to create a pathway that leads over here. I'm gonna do some nice blending there. And what we're going to kind of do is just create a little bit of a employee spot over here. So I'm going to create this fence area. Okay, so let's grab these and copy them. Alright, so we're gonna have these go down here. And this is gonna be like an employee access area. So they can get from back here. Gotta make this look at look like the way that I want it to. Because we want to make sure that oh, did I push Control D? I didn't mean to. I meant to do, or I don't know what I did. Who knows? Would I design a water park with scenery like Koala Beach has? I'm actually kind of avoiding that. I don't really care for building stuff that is not functional. So I'm just going to wait for the water park expansion personally. So if I ever do anything like that, I'm going to use a lot of sets from, or I might even use Silverette's set with the water slide pieces and stuff that they made. So I'm not going to even work on that. Or I'm not even going to really bother doing that, because by time, knowing my luck, I would build one, and like the next day a water park expansion would come out. I'm telling you right now, that's what would happen. Alright, this is going to be like, it's going to be a gate, closed gate right now, obviously, but that way employees can actually have access to this area. Might actually have to get in and make a fence that is small right here and will fit. Alright, so we'll just move down one so it fits perfectly. And we can just copy it upwards. There we go. That way they can get to this access area and still be safe and unable to get into the perimeter of the coaster. Alright, I want to create something awesome here. Maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, so that's going to do it for that spot. Right there, so I can go ahead and scenery this up a little bit. Man, I can't wait for them to actually post Koala Beach onto the Steam Workshop. It is definitely easily probably going to get featured, and because I can't wait to take a look for myself. It's going to be really, really neat. In my opinion, that's probably one of the best parks that I've ever seen get built. And we can all take inspiration from stuff like that. I know I get a lot of my inspiration from, like, Silverette, in particular. He's probably the one I watch the most, but I watch a lot of different people all the time. But this is the ones that really stand out the most, obviously, because he's like the king. And he can deny it all he wants, but everyone can probably agree. And my goal is to someday be on that level, someday, and I'm trying to progress as much as I possibly can. Because one day, I want to have, like, be able to, be able to do, possibly, like, a collaboration with someone like Silverette. I don't know if I would be able to work at his level, but, that would be such a cool honor. And you see, like, the ones that was in the collaboration with him, you know, like, Delay Designer, Rudy Ren Camel, and Corrales. Well, Corrales himself has over 1 million subscribers. So, but you can see like Rudy, I think he's only at like 10,000 subscribers, and Delay Designer's 15, 16,000. So yeah, you can really see, you know, that they're amazing at the game, but they don't have that much more than I do, subscriber count wise. I mean, 7,000 more, but in on YouTube count, that's not that much. So I'm hoping to grow the channel as much as I can, and maybe eventually be a part with that group. You know, I would love to actually speak with those guys because they are amazing, and you know they live all across seas and everything, and I think it'd be neat, you know, to have this to have someone from America collaborate with them, right? So that'd be interesting, because I'm obsessed with like the architecture and just the way everything looks. Man, I have been talking probably way too much. Because I will admit I am a very slow builder. Everyone knows that. If you're subscribed, you know that I'm a very slow builder. And I would love to do a collaboration with some other people too. Like, they don't even have to be big on YouTube or anything. And I would just love to be able to do stuff like that. You know, and I've actually highly considered to find some other YouTubers that are willing to collaborate and make some really cool stuff, and maybe even help each other YouTube channels grow. Ever plan on an RMC T-Rex in the future? For this park, it's actually a possibility. I'm not sure yet. I actually have thought about putting a T-Rex in this park, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna have an RMC of some kind in this park, whether it be a T-Rex, a wooden ground-up coaster, or one of their iBox tracks. But typically the iBox tracks are only used on the when they redo older wooden coasters. They've never made a ground-up version or ground-up one. But I would love to get in contact with some other YouTubers and some of the stuff. That's why I kind of want to really get my name out somehow. And I don't know exactly the best way to do it. And as far as I know, that no one really knows me. You know, all the other YouTubers don't really know me that well, as far as I know. I mean, I've actually seen Silverette on my channel before. He's commented. I think it was when I hit 1,000 subscribers. He actually commented congrats and stuff. So he might watch some of my stuff, maybe. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know if he watches me that much, but I mean, I've definitely have commented and talked to him like through comments saying, "Hey, that was really cool," and they actually replied saying "thank you" or stuff like that. I've done that, but I've never actually been in a conversation with them, like messaging wise and stuff like that. Like, if I could, that would be awesome. Because I absolutely love those guys. If I had the chance to collab with someone like, I mean, you know, Delay Designer or Rudy, or definitely Silverette, because he's the king out of all of them. I mean, all of the other ones, they each have like different things that they're good at. You know, like Rudy, he's really good at with his utilizing the custom billboards. He's really good at that, and he's an overall amazing builder and stuff. I like incredible. Silverette is definitely great at like building buildings, obviously. He's really good at building roller coasters, and he's just good at a lot of stuff. And that's why he has gotten so big on YouTube, and not just because of that, is because Frontier, you know, really promotes him a lot. So, and all these other guys too, you know. Boy, would I love Frontier to take notice of me. That would be actually really cool. Like, I would love to be at like the Frontier Expo or go to like PAX or stuff like that to actually play the game with the developers and stuff. That would be really cool. I would love to do that. You know, and you know, I'm kind of like one of those. I wouldn't say shy of messaging those guys, but I know they have, you know, who knows how many fans that message them every single day. So I don't want to be that annoying person that goes, "Hey, I think your stuff's awesome. Maybe we could do a collaboration sometime." Even if it's small, I wouldn't even care. Like, even if it's like building one coaster or something. But I've just been like one of those. I don't like bothering people. That's my problem. Whoops. And that is kind of an issue. I don't like bothering people. I guess I'm waiting for some reason I'm waiting for them to come to me. I don't know why, but I guess that's kind of like my mindset. I've been waiting for them to come to me, and maybe that's the wrong move. I don't know. I really don't. So I gotta have this large fence. I love this fence. I actually saved this fence from a park that I actually watched and everything. Let's see, I should probably put some of those on the other side as well. I should probably put some shops, and I was thinking about putting a flat ride right here. What kind of flat ride should I put there? I definitely need to put one here, though. What ride would work well in this spot? And I really want it to heavily theme everything. Well, not like, it's amusement park, kind of like Cedar Point, but I want to make sure there's a lot of scenery around it to make it different than what it actually is, so... As for a Giga Coaster, I don't know if I'm going to put a Giga Coaster in this park. Maybe a Hyper. I'm not sure just yet. But we'll get around to there. Because this is certainly going to be kind of like a larger, kind of like a bigger version of Westwood without the theming and everything. Because it's going to be more of an amusement park. More than anything. So, oops. Okay, so let's see what would fit well in here. What is this one? There's a lot of... Oh, I remember this ride. That was one of the newer ones. I'm just going to look through some possibilities here. I still think we need more generic kind of rides. I mean, there's some there, but I feel like we need more of them. Like a lot of different generic kind of rides. Why has my music stopped, Planet Coaster? I don't need my music to stop. Alright, so we got the chair swing. I want something that will fit well in here. I don't want anything like... It's going to be kind of a smaller little flat ride over here, but... something that will kind of go in the theme. We're kind of in like the flying theme, so maybe a balloon ride will actually capture that very well. Sure, who won, McGregor or May? I don't know. I don't follow this stuff. Like, everyone keeps talking about the big fight, but it just doesn't pique my interest at all, so I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I hardly even know those names, so I only know the names because everyone's been talking about them. So I don't know. I can't say anything. And boy, do I not want to start an argument of who's going to win. So I don't know. I mean, it's if you like MMA or fighting or wrestling, whatever it is, because I don't exactly know too well of exactly what it is in the first place. That's awesome. If you like that stuff, totally cool. But for me, I'm just like I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna actually. It's nice that I took away the fence because I actually want to create my own custom fence that will actually really be really cool. So what I'm going to be putting in, let's create a nice little wooden fence that we can add. So we can add, let's actually make the first part this. That way it will actually count as one of those each piece will count as a building, and it will make it just a little bit easier. If I can even fit this around here. Hopefully we will. Alright, so we're going to use these wooden pieces. Let's change the color so it actually will fit. So it'll actually be a similar color. Okay, that's good enough. That's close. As long as it's close, I don't care. I want to create a nice, awesome wooden fence for this. Who built the new coaster at Westwood? That's a good question. So you're probably talking about what manufacturer built Canyon Runner. So I actually was having a couple of difficulties trying to figure out that for myself in the first place, because the couple that jump out at you is either Intamin or maybe even Premier Rides, possibly. So I'm gonna say, I think I originally, or actually in the end, decided to go with Intamin. Like a new style, like it's their new version of the Blitz coaster, an Intamin Blitz. I don't know, it actually had some mixed reviews, or it had some mixed reactions about the layout and everything. But I thought I liked how I did it, so that's all that matters. And it's not done either, so I think people are judging it a little too early because it's not. What I showed was just an announcement for it. It wasn't the final thing, so. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing, just so you know, is I'm gonna be trying my best to do more Arrow Valley here soon. That was been my goal. I know it's been a long time since the last episode, and it better not be another month before the next one. So I'm thinking about starting to just do live streams of it. I think it's just a little bit easier for me to get the episodes out if I do it that way. It makes it easier on me, easier on you guys, and you guys can actually interact as well while I'm building it. So you can just watch it live. Okay, so we're going to finish up this wooden fence around this. It will look pretty cool, and I'm going to probably place some custom, like, a custom sort of, oh goodness. Alright, so for this, we're actually going to have to edit this one, which that'll be alright. So we're going to go into this and delete that, and we're going to need the shorter versions of these. So what I'm going to do is get these smaller ones. Hopefully the color's on there. Yes, it is. Doesn't have to be perfect, but at least close. There we go. Alright. And that works. I actually do not really want to open the park, because if you do that, you're gonna have a lot of guests pouring in. I don't really want any guests in the park yet, because I want to keep it true to the grand opening when it actually opens. You know, so there's actually a grand opening. I'm so big about, like, making stuff like, when I say realistic, like, I'm so big about, you know, when I open the park for the first time, that it's actually the first time I'm opening the park. I don't know, it's just a huge thing for me. Like, I'm like a little kid when it comes to, like, coaster announcements. When a park announces a new coaster or something, and, you know, you see the flash of the name, or you start, when it first comes up, you know, hooting, and everyone's hooting and hollering and screaming, like, oh my gosh, it's so awesome, it's just what they needed, blah, 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 and whatever, you know, and the hype gets up, especially when you hear something like, this is the largest investment that the park's ever made. So you're instantly thinking like, oh my gosh, there's going to be a huge roller coaster or something like that. So I know there's like somehow a faster way of doing this, but I always do the slow route, end up doing the slow route. Do I plan on riding Lightning Rod? Hopefully someday, maybe next year. I think I'm gonna be trying to do a trip for next year. I don't know if it will happen, but hopefully next year. I was originally gonna think about trying to go this year, but that didn't work out, so most likely won't be this year. And I'm currently in the process of possibly going to back to Cedar Point and Kings Island again this year, like I did last year. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to go or not just yet. It just depends on how I'm doing financially, to be honest. So okay, so sorry if I'm getting behind in the comments. Did I ever come up with a theme and timeline for this park or something else? Theme and timeline for what? There's a lot of projects here. Sorry if I'm a little late getting to some comments, but what do I think Georgia Cyclone will be? RMC Georgia Cyclone will be called. Probably RMC Georgia Cyclone. I don't know, being Six Flags, I wouldn't be surprised if they named it something stupid like Wicked Cyclone, even though that name's already in use by another one of their rides somewhere else. But like, it's Six Flags. They reuse names all the time. So maybe Wicked Cyclone, or maybe even Wicked Georgia Cyclone, for all we know. I don't know. Or they might go with a completely different way, so maybe. What's the best amusement park? Well, it's probably different for everyone. The best one that I have been to is Cedar Point, but again, I haven't been to as many parks as I have hoped that I've wanted to, sadly, so I do want to get to a lot more in my future, hopefully. Because my coaster count is probably, I think it's only in the high 50s. I have to recalculate it because I haven't actually kept track too well. Ha! I haven't kept track too well. Ha! Laugh at that. If you don't laugh at that you don't have humor. No sense of humor if you didn't laugh at my jokes. Okay, so we're gonna get into this and edit this. And we're gonna get the tiny pieces, and we're gonna have to use these. And try and fit them in there to where you won't notice that they're not in there properly. Okay. Alright, we should be able to squeeze these in here. Just a little squeezing. And rotating. Why did it have to come down to this tight of a fit? That's okay. There we go. That will work. Oh, sorry. The comments are starting to explode. When will I start building Cedar Point again and playing coaster? I'm not sure, actually. That's a good question. Wow, you guys just started coming out of nowhere. Whew. Sorry. You're 11 and your coaster count is 463. That is insane. But cool. Steel Vengeance. I'm so excited for Steel Vengeance. I hope I can ride it next year. I hope I get to Cedar Point next year. That's the plan. Okay, so where are we going to go with this? We're going to make this hop around here. Alright, we're going to have it go around this direction a little bit. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, so we're going to have that do that. We're going to check mark these. And actually have this queue line use these. For right now, anyways. I might change it, make my own custom ones, but... How would I react if Silverette rated your stream with 100 plus of his followers? Holy poop. I don't know how I'd react, unless it actually happened. That would be insane. I don't know how I'd react. I'd probably be just kind of shocked, like, what? That would probably be me, like, what? What? No way. Okay, so I think I'm going to... Alright, let's get you there. And we'll just go from there. So I'm going to create kind of this path cover here just a little bit. And by the way, sorry for missing your comment so many times, but no, I have not seen your prediction yet. I don't ever go to my personal messages, so maybe I start you doing that. Who knows? Maybe there's this message from Silverette in there. Who knows? For all I know, I don't know. That's the thing. Maybe I should start paying attention to those. Probably be a good idea. Maybe. Alright, I'm gonna get this just over here. And we'll see what happens. We'll go from there. This is turning out brilliant. I'm excited. At least I hope it turns out brilliant. I'm just trying to like finish this area up. That way I can move on to a new area and just kind of get around to everything. What is your favorite park to build in on Planet Coasters? So the parks that I've built, if you're asking for the parks that I've built, Westwood was technically my favorite that I have finished. So I will say that. This one just might be up there too. It might... My goal was to pass up Westwood on this one, so that's my goal, but I haven't gotten far enough into it just yet, but I know it's going to be brilliant when it's done. And just what I've added today, I'm very excited, even though all I've really added is this right here. Man. Alright, so we need to, I want to create like a cool entrance just for the balloon rides. It doesn't need a long queue line, of course, because it's just a small flat ride. As of right now. And I was actually going to look at this and actually lower these down because they are just a little bit too tall. Too high up. So we're just going to go and select these and lower it down just a pinch. Alright, that will be good. And this one's going off, and that's okay, though. Actually, you know, it's not. Terrain can be very tricky sometimes in here. I don't know what goes on with it, but it can be a little tricky at times. So I want to keep it tall enough to where it's over the path, but low enough to where it doesn't look like people's feet are going to be completely covered. Alright. And this will actually blend kind of nicely with that. Alright, so what I'm trying to figure out is what I'm going to do here. Alright, so I think I'm gonna try and build around here. Just a cover. So I want this to cover up this entire thing. Alright, we'll leave that one out. Alright, and we're probably will go and adjust the terrain. As well. I don't know what it's doing. Alright, let's change the size here. Alright, I have an idea of what I'm going to do here. I'm using the terrain to kind of shape it up. Which is actually kind of neat. The only thing is this spot right here for some reason. Come on. Build that up. We're gonna build that up. Alright, so I'm actually gonna change this. Let's see, what kind of fence do I want? Seeing if I can't get a different kind of fence, possibly. But it doesn't look like there's any other wooden fences out there, and I don't really care for this one because it's just too small and thin and eh. But this one will work okay, I guess. But maybe I can do that, at least it will kind of blend in a little bit better. If I do it that way. But, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit more to this. And, like I said, I really wanted to kind of theme the little flat rides up a little bit. And when I say theme, I don't mean like theming, but like lots of scenery around it to make it look a little bit more unique. So we're going to add a little bit of rock work. So I love rock work quite a bit. Bum bum bum. Okay. See, we're just gonna try and cover up these edges. Make it look cool. And nice. Add some variety in there. Alright, we'll add this rock here. Yeah. Alright, so we're just gonna do that. We'll also add some scenery, add to the scenery rating to the queue line, which is a good thing. Brum 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 brum. All right, let's get some different rocks in there as well. We're just going to be selecting lots of different things over and over and over and over and over. Not over and over, we're just doing this. I just used that one. Alright, so we're just gonna add lots of different rock pieces up here. I'll probably adjust some textures on the terrain as well. So this is going to be like a just a nice little tiny flat ride that's just off to the side there. fill this up in the back. And that's looking quite nice. We're not quite there yet, of course, but it's looking quite nice so far. The details, I got a couple of those trees in there as well. Gosh darn it, don't need any floating trees. I don't want that. I'm not editing that building. No. No. Alright, let's add a little bit of foliage on bushes and stuff. Alright, at least we have, I think this is, yeah. So now we have 3 total rides in the park. My goal is to make sure there's a lot of attractions and rides in the park. I want to make sure there's plenty of to do here. So this will add to the area. Just adding this ride, it fills this area up just a little bit more. I think we're gonna put some extra fences around. You're gonna go around here. You got this awesome coaster going over us. I might add another. I don't know if I'll add a coaster net or something, but something along those lines around there. We got this restaurant, Chief Beef, more of a food stall with a seating area, so you can eat where you would like to, okay? And then we get the balloon ride here, which I'm going to add a nice little sign to it. And since we don't want anybody going back here, we're still going to have some perimeter fences going around over here. Because someone could climb over those rocks pretty easily. And we don't want them doing that. That is for sure. So we're going to continue that just a little bit right there. I might even make it go back behind this so it doesn't have to show up right here, because the land here actually adds a little bit to it. And it looks good. Alright, so we should add this entrance. Actually, attach it here. Now I'm going to place the pathway here. I don't know if I want to keep that fence there. Probably not. Yeah, we'll take the fence down. I just wanted that. That's where I wanted the, actually, to connect to the entrance there. Okay, so where should I put... I want to kind of put a sign maybe right in front of the ride so it has that cool sign right by it, or I can put it over here. Maybe work it in with some rock work. That'd be kind of cool. Anybody else want to collab? I was talking about it earlier. Yes, I want to collab with someone. That'd be awesome. I don't know with who yet, but I would love to. But yeah, we can put like the sign right here. So we're going to put just some support structures here. And then we're going to actually put the sign on it in a moment. And we'll go to the wall signs. And we have the ride signs, which will have a balloon on it. Alright, let's see which we can use. I don't know what to call this. Should we call it the Aeronauts or something different? Whoops, I thought I was typing. My bad. Is that how you spell balloon? I can't remember how to spell balloon. We'll just call it like a balloon flight. It's just going to be like a little tiny family ride, so it doesn't need to be like ridiculous name or something, or an epic name. Look at that. Our key line scenery is already at 100%, but we're not done. We're not done with that. No, we're not. I need to add, whoa. I wanted to add a little bit of light over here. Alright, I'm going to use these lamps. Just a little bit throughout here. That way. We are good. Because we want to make sure we're lit up. We got plenty of lights. That way we can operate at night. Alright, so we're going to test that at PM. And let's add a little bit of lighting throughout the park, because there's not a whole lot of lighting throughout the park that's notable. That is something that we need to do. Because we need some light. Alright, let's add some spotlights to the ride. Just make it pop a little bit more at night. Nice and lit up. And the queue line it's not badly lit. Could probably be lit up a little bit more, but that's okay. Well, let's see. I want to light up the balloon flight sign because it is not very lit up at the moment. Well, these will fit it pretty well. I want to illuminate well like Golden Valley. Golden Valley is really lit up very well, so I want to keep that going. Or I want it to be kind of something like that. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out something here. Alright, that'll be okay right there. Okay, so now we're going to... Let's go back to AM for a moment. Gotta add the world famous height stick. Don't have to be too tall to ride this one though. Or that tall in at all. So I'm going to edit this one just a little bit. To where it has a wooden texture around it. Instead, with a pinch of white showing. And we can make it connect to the sign, why not? Bum 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 bum. Good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I need to add... There's one other piece I wanted to add that I can't remember what it's called. Information. Information. Sign. That will narrow it down. Won't it? Sign. Oh, what is this? Is that a new Looney Balloons sign I haven't seen before? Haven't seen that one. I have not. Okay, so I might not be able to find the sign. I don't know. Maybe if I went here, and we're under signs again. But I typed sign. Let's see if it's what I'm looking for is going to show up. Maybe. Possibly. No. Okay. I can't remember at all. Actually, don't need that. Anyways. Don't have to have it. Alright, so this area looks a lot more detailed and better now. I might add more later on to that spot, or that details wise to there. But overall, I'm pretty happy how that turned out. Because now we got a couple of things over here that will actually get people to come over here a little bit. Hopefully, at least that's That's the goal. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of scenery over here now. We're going to add some park benches over here, because not everyone wants to stand. And some litter bins. Gotta have a lot of those, or people are just going to litter like crazy, like they always do. Yeah, the park's looking pretty cool. What I actually want to do is work a little bit on the lighting of this area a little bit. Oh. Get these floodlights in here. This is gonna look good. Because if we put some lights right under the wing coaster, and that's just one spot. Can also put one over here. I love the floodlights. You can really light up your rides awesomely with them. Alright, we're going to put some over here just so it looks nice to look at when you're over here. Over there. Alright, and we can add another one over here by the first winged overdrop. Oh yeah, we gotta have one right under the 0G row. I'm not placing these in the ground like I should have. Oops. Here, I should place one over here and one over here. One thing I want is my park to look awesome at night. That's for sure. Dun dun. Alright, so we gotta light all of this up. So we'll go over here. It's actually not even worth it to put it there because there's not that much there. Alright, we're going to put a light underneath the walkway here. That way, if they do have to do an evacuation from there, that they can see. Oops. Darn. Alright, how's that looking so far? Pretty decent. Pretty good. Oh, of course we gotta have the dive loop over here, of course. We can't forget about it. We're gonna put a flat. We'll see. Might add some details around that to make that look a little bit, or hide it a little bit more. But that lights that up just a little bit better. Alright. Because when you're right here, you're gonna be able to see the coaster. And if you're in the parking lot, you can really see it. It looks awesome in the parking lot. That's what I'm excited about. You can see it in the parking lot. It looks so cool. It looks awesome. Of course, we're going to have to light up the Ferris wheel as well. And I think I'm going to put a water show in here eventually at the same time. Kind of like what we did with Golden Valley. But something more awesome. Alright, some of these buildings just need to, have some more details to them. It's so cool. Alright, let's add some lights over here to this building because it is lacking in that department quite a bit. That's better. Alright, and I'll put some there to light that up just a little bit more. Alright. Well illuminated. You've been subscribed to me since 300 subs. That's amazing! And now we're what? Like 3,769, something like that? I think that was the last time when I looked at it. Pretty cool. But thank you so much for being with me for that long. That's awesome. Because you get to sit there and watch the channel grow. It's absolutely nuts to see that happen. Alright, so we haven't lit up any of this up yet. Dig-a-dig-a-ding, dig-a-dig-a-ding, dig-a-dig-ding, dig-a-dig-ding, dig-a-dig-ding. Oh man. Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be cool. I can't wait until we get further in. And again, we're going to be working on this a lot more often here soon. So just keep that in mind. I love what we did today. The Chief Beef and the little flat ride. We detailed it very nicely. The balloon flight. Write it now. Can I put the small lights on the side of the coaster railings like a lift or brakes? Yes! In fact, why don't we do that? Oh, I don't know which side to put them on. Or I can put them on both sides. Darn, I don't know. Let's see. We're going to go... Is it under building or scenery? I think it's under scenery lights. Yes. So we're going to go constant 4 meter. So we're going to click align to surface. And we are going to choose a color here. I think I just want to keep it white. Both sides here. So we're on position snap. Gosh darn it. You're gonna make me recolor. Yep. Yes, you are. Okay. Darn you. Alright, we want it at a 45-degree angle. Pop. Alright. So that should be it, because this lift is at a 45-degree angle, so that should be lined up perfectly. To about the straight part there. We're gonna make it go to the top. Some cool little rope lights. Should be getting close to the top. I thought. Clink, 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 clink. Alright, so we're going to move on to... We're going to get the short one. I'm actually going to turn on the lighting so I can actually see. Gosh, darn it. Why would you do that? Poopy, poopy. Oh, poop. That makes me mad. Because now I gotta recolor it. Line it up. And all that fun stuff. That's not really fun, but whatever. Because now I gotta perfectly align it. That way it does the turn. And we gotta get all the way up there. So my least favorite part is getting this turned around perfectly. Oh gosh, what did I do? I love how it sounds like Christmas when I place them every time. I messed that up. So now I'm going to have to do Control X every time, and I keep clicking. Dang it. Look at the time. That coach from Topeka's running late the 3rd time this month. And don't give me that outlaw mumbo jumbo. Oh, we're getting close. Ah, there we go. Haha. Haha. Good. Just a little further. One more. Perfect. All right. Excellent. All right, let's take a look at that at night. Yeah. Now it's got that lift with the beautiful, that beautiful light going up the lift hill. Heck yeah. I mean, parks look so cool. When you're in a park and you can actually, when you're at ground level, it looks so awesome. Because it feels like you're actually there. Like, this is what you would actually be seeing if you were walking through the park. That's how awesome it is. So when you go into a more finished park, because this is kind of like a finished park, you're going to be like, oh, awesome. Look, you can see the coaster, and it looks so cool. There's trains running by, and you got the balloons running. Epicness. So, epicness. That area is going to be turning out pretty well. So, we got this back part done. I kind of want to add something slightly just right here. That way there's something. Whether it be a ride or some more shops or buildings. And this is going to go around a little bit as well. And then the next section, I kind of want to add another coaster, an area. It's kind of what I want to do is like add a coaster, make a new area with a coaster, and have maybe a couple flat rides and some shops around it, and just keep moving around, you know. Because this is going to have quite a few, or I want to have quite a few coasters in this park. I don't know how many yet. I said at the minimum 6. I kind of want to have at least 6 in this park, and we got 1 so far. So, anyways, I think it's gonna do it for this live stream. We didn't do too much, but we did get some really nice, precise details. So, what did I do so far? So, we'll review what we did in the live stream. So, what we did was create this restaurant with we added some coaster nets right there because there's going to be a flyby of the restaurant, and you have a nice little place to eat their chief beef if that's what they want to do. We also added this flat ride, the balloon flight. It's a balloon. This is the little balloon flat ride. Added some nice little details around it to make it look nice and awesome. And then we also did a lot of lighting around as well. So a lot of lighting around the area. To illuminate the coaster, we added the lift light. It goes up there. So that's all awesome. So cool. So again, I'm going to be trying to live stream this a lot more often than what I have been lately, or what I have been doing. It's a little easier than doing the actual episodes and time lapses. I just like live streaming a little bit because you guys seem to prefer it anyways, because you know I get to do it a little more often, and if I do live stream it, it just makes more sense to me. But anyways, I think it's going to do it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. And, of course, make sure you have a great day and even cooler tomorrow. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks so much, and goodbye.